Tammy Duckworth coming onto the floor of the Senate with her little baby in her jacket.
Yes.
And to me, that sort of summed it all up. And she is both. She's a mom, she's a senator, she's a combat veteran. You know, she is somebody who is trying to integrate all of the various aspects of her life. And, you know, that's what I've tried to do for a very long time. And it's not easy, but it is something that I've chosen to do, and I think is best for me. So I'm going to keep doing it, but I am going to change my Twitter handle.
Yeah. I think what may I suggest what it should say? I think the first thing should say should have been damn good president, and then mom. And then wife.
You know, it should be that if you are someone who is defining yourself by what you do and what you accomplish, and that is satisfying, then more power to you. That is how you should be thinking about your life and living it. If you are someone who primarily defines your life in relationship to others, then more power to you, and live that life the way Barbara Bush lived that life, you know, and how proud she was to do it. But I think most of us as women in today's world sort of end up in the middle, wanting to have relationships, wanting to invest in them, nurture them, but also pursuing our own interests. And I loved the picture of Senator Tammy's parents and siblings, and obviously my husband and my daughter, and now my grandchildren and all, and your own identity and how you both feel about yourself and describe yourself. And you know, yesterday I went to Saturday I went to Barbara Bush's. Yeah, that was yesterday, right? I went to Barbara Bush's funeral, and you know, she gave a very heartfelt speech at Wellesley in, I think, 1991, in which she said, you know, at the end of the day, it won't matter if you got a raise, it won't matter if you wrote a great book, it won't, you know, if you are not also someone who values relationships. And, you know, she got a standing ovation after there was a lot of, you know, concern and some protest about her being invited to come speak. And I thought a lot about that, because it shouldn't be either or. You know, it should be that if you... And you know, I mean, there is always this, for me, I'll speak for myself, but I think it's broader than just me. There's always this internal conflict when you are very committed to your relationships, your family.
Looked at your husband's Twitter account, and the first word was not husband. If this was something that you wanted to do, or something that maybe somebody thought would be a good idea for the campaign, and if it's your choice, whether you think it's fair for me to have been a bit annoyed by it.
Well, when you put it like that, I'm going to change it.
I should say that I spend a lot of time being very protective about you, and in my mind I call you my auntie, so you're Auntie Hillary. So I spend a lot of time being very protective of Auntie Hillary, and when people talk about your personal life, I find it very irritating. And having read quite a bit of your own writing about your life, I think that you have a marvelous love story. I really do. And it seems to me that you have just this wonderful friendship. However, I have to say that I'm guilty of being interested in your personal life. And the one question I have about that is about your Twitter account. So in your Twitter account, the first word that describes you is wife. And then I think it's mom, and then it's grandmother. And when I saw that, I have to confess that I felt just a little bit upset.